Everything okay on your side?
I am out of Colorado airspace and nothing on the radar.
Good. I'm almost there.
Raiden,
Having a little heart-to-heart?
I have analyzed his words and actions. I am unable to ascertain his motivation.
Fancy meeting you here.
You knew I'd come. I suppose I should thank you for not killing everyone at the launch site.
Well, not if you say it like that.
For a hired killer, you're not very good at your job.
The war is the big payoff.
Right. Big raises all around once World Marshal gets all those contracts.
I'm not talking about money, Jack. I'm talking ideals.
Excuse me?
Forget it. We've both heard enough speeches about higher causes by now. History will decide who's right. End of story.
I don't care who thinks I'm right. And I've got cause enough for killing you.
Huh? Oh, good. Why, that's very good. Yes, I like that.
Must you really fight?
Don't interfere.
This is between us.
And it ends here.
Okay. Let's dance!
Here's a tough one, no doubt.
Yeah, I'm going to enjoy this. He's going to regret bringing Jack back.
Yes, well, I hope so. Do not underestimate his attack speed. You must watch his moves, parry them. Even if he blocks you, keep pushing. Break his guard and you will have chance to attack.
Raiden, you gonna be okay?
I'm fine, Kev. Eye wide open. Yeah, it's true. I know the joy of killing. I don't deny it anymore. I don't fear it anymore.
All right. Let's just finish this.
Be careful, Raiden. I know you're stronger now, but remember who you're dealing with here.
How about a little less talk and more saving, okay, Courtney?
Oh, yeah. Save complete.
Riding out.
With a master of his level, projectile attacks are useless. Technology will not be the deciding factor here. This battle will be won by sheer force of will. Whoever breaks first, dies first.
Then I can't lose.
Raiden, a World Marshal helicopter crashed in this vicinity earlier. It was en route to deliver a cache of cyborg repair materials. Should you locate any conspicuous crates, cut them open. See what is inside.
You sure you want to stay on my side, Wolf? Sam's gonna die here, you know.
I still owe you a debt.
Just you and me, Jack. Show me a good time, Jack! There you are! Now we're talking! On guard! Pretty boy! Show me what you really believe in! Pretty boy! Maybe I can done Pretty boy! It's over! Say goodnight! That all you got? That's it? Just getting started! Playtime's over!
Barely had any cyborg enhancements.
Was this outcome necessary? Evidence inconclusive.
I guess even AIs don't know everything.
It is likely no single correct answer exists. Additionally, human conflict stems from opposing ideals and societal norms. I was not programmed with these guidelines.
You're better off figuring those out for yourself. ID locked.
A VT7 high-frequency blade. The efficacy of the enhancement directly correlates to the quality of the original weapon. My file indicates Sam inherited the sword from his father.
Going to bury it?
I will retain it in memory of Sam.
less than 1 hour. Hurry!
Roger that.
Are you, Mr. Raiden, sir?
Where is she?
I'll tell her you've arrived.
Over here! Hi there, stranger.
Hey, you're looking good.
Aw, who's your little friend?
Oh, it's a long story.
Shake? Good boy! I guess we don't really have time to catch up.
Sorry, not really.
It's okay. Follow me.
So exactly what kind of...
You'll see.
You built that?
Yep. Hybrid lace ramjet engine I designed. Well, are you in a hurry or not?
Right. Hey, thanks, Sonny.
The flight plan is already set. You're good to go.
Please switch off all cell phones and portable gaming devices. And remember, this is a no-smoking flight.
Roger.
Ready for countdown.
No time for that.
Ignition!
Well, anything?
Nothing. You sure we got the right place?
gotta be. It's the only base big enough with security contracted out to World Marshal.
All right. I'm headed in.
This is Boris. You have landed in Pakistan?
Yep, amazing. That Sunny is really something.
She is genius. I've not seen her for quite some time. She is well?
Pretty good. A lot, sunnier than she used to be for sure. Like day and night from when I first met her.
That was a difficult time, yes? But I'm glad she's better now.
It's a good thing I got to her when I did. I used to not like thinking about all the stuff that was going on then. But now I kinda miss those days.
Sadness is not like the ocean. Someday, you can drink it all up. It's a Russian saying. People, they always try to beautify the past as a way to cope, yes? But I know it was not easy for you. I'm sorry for all the trouble.
Nah, I wouldn't have gotten her out without your help. Pretty wild to think that was my first job with you, huh?
Duh. Certainly I was not expecting to work with you for so long.
I remember how surprised I was hearing about you starting Maverick.
Well, I could not just abandon the PLA. Really, I think I was more surprised you decided to join us.
Yeah? Well, you caught me at the right time. I didn't exactly know what to do with myself. You know, Boris, I think Sundowner was right in a way. Killing the Patriots wasn't enough to end war. It didn't create this big, happy utopia. But you know what? Seeing Sonny doing so well makes me damn happy the Patriots are gone.
Yes, I can imagine. You saved many lives.
But now here we are, all over again, huh?
Indeed. My apologies for putting you through all this.
I knew what I was in for. Riding out.
Raiden, our enemy has multiple options for striking the president in Pakistan. At the base after landing, while in transit within the country, during the meeting. But if Sundowner's right, they're gonna strike within 3 hours after you killed him.
Which means they're either gonna attack Air Force One, or they'll wait until he lands.
I kinda doubt there are any Pakistanis on board Air Force One, though. It's not like in the movies. They never let foreign press on the flight. They could try to shoot it down from afar, I guess. But anything the Pakistan Air Force could deploy would show up on US radar instantly.
Which means their best bet at kickstarting another war on terror would be post-landing.
They're probably set up for the assassination over at the base. You better get moving.
So the president's visit to Pakistan, it's meant to build government ties, right?
Right. You probably know this, but there's a region on their northwest border called FATA. Stands for Federally Administered Tribal Areas. The central government is... well, let's just say they're not entirely in control of that part of the country.
Right. It served as a base for all kinds of armed groups over the years.
Uh-huh. The US started staging cross-border raids there at the turn of the century, chasing after combatants that fled out of Afghanistan. The Pakistan army has tried to work with the US to confront them from both sides, but that only escalated anti-American sentiment within the FATA. You can only get away with so many botched civilian strikes after all.
I thought that post-SOP, the US, pretty much pulled out of Afghanistan. You know, after all that anti-war economy stuff broke out.
They did. That put an end to the FATA strikes, but definitely not the anti-American groups. Now their anger's channeled towards the pro-US central government instead.
Wouldn't this visit just enrage the FATA groups even more, though? I know President Salam's pretty much on the American side.
Yeah, but Salam doesn't care. He's got no interest in dealing with them. He wants to get the FATA back under control, and I guess he wants America's help doing it.
And how do his people feel about that?
It's pretty much 50-50. A lot of people hate the US, for sure. But a lot of others have been directly affected by the anti-government suicide bombings, too. There's definitely some deep-seated support for helping the US, but only if it means ending the violence once and for all.
Sounds like we could see civil war here any moment. What about their intelligence bureau, the ISI? How do they feel about all this?
They haven't commented, publicly.
People are always saying how much bad blood there is between the ISI and the civilian government.
Oh yeah, there are stories all the time about their involvement with insurgents or terror groups. Depending on how the ISI acts, things over there could change pretty damn quickly.
No wonder Armstrong chose this place. It's like one big powder keg.
Hey, Raiden? You know, Sam, he looked almost happy.
Yeah, crazy bastard. He put everything he had into that fight. Wanted to kill me so bad. But once he saw how the fight would turn out, it was like the thought made him smile.
Of course, I guess if he didn't mess with you in Denver, you wouldn't have... Well, you know.
Monsoon would have killed me. I would have never lived to fight Sam.
So why'd he do it? Did he think he'd break you for good?
Who knows? Maybe waking me up was his plan all along.
Yeah, I don't know. But there was definitely something going on. He had plans for you. Guess now we'll never know.
Yeah, he's gone. But I'm not. And there's still work to do. What do you think President Hamilton's trying to accomplish with this visit? He had to realize it'll rile up Pakistan's anti-government groups.
Hard to say. He could be trying to rebuild America's image with the Pakistani people. You know, pledging financial support and all that.
But is President Salam looking for military support? I kind of doubt most Americans would be willing to fund more of that kind of effort. There's a lot of strong sentiment against the war economy, especially now that the Patriot censorship is dead and gone. Besides, the recession's got a lot of people looking to cut the military's budget.
True, but nobody wants to be soft on terror. I mean, one incident's all it takes to make the pendulum swing the other way.
One incident, just like what Armstrong's got in mind.
Another possibility is that Hamilton's visiting just to test the waters. You know, see how the American and Pakistani people respond. Hamilton is a pragmatic guy, to put it nicely. To put it not so nicely, he'd strip naked and dance on his desk in the Oval Office if he thought it would boost his poll numbers.
Armstrong used to play football?
Apparently. Quarterback for the University of Texas, so he must have been pretty good, too.
So the star quarterback turns big-time politician, huh? Guess he'd have no problem dodging shoes from angry protesters.
Well, it shows he's always been a leader, one way or another.
He's obviously not some dumb jock, or this would be a lot easier.
Yeah. Too bad he didn't go pro, right? We wouldn't even be having this conversation.
They would have chewed him up and spit him out. He looks strong, for a politician, but nothing too serious. Definitely no wind of destruction.
Well, sure. He's not exactly a seasoned fighter, either. Didn't see any action with the Navy, and you know he can't be a cyborg. A public figure couldn't hide that for long, not with current tech.
Yeah, he may be an asshole, but he shouldn't be much of a threat.
Well, he wouldn't be in Pakistan, in any case. I'm sure it's all being run by underlings and cronies. No trail to lead back to him.
Too bad. I was looking forward to killing him with my own two hands.
We can't go around killing civilians just for being evil, Raiden. We're not even at war here. Just stop the assassination attempt, Raiden. One thing I've been thinking? Sam and the rest of the Winds were all in the US. Maybe they didn't expect any major resistance over there. Or maybe they left security up to someone else.
Maybe so. If it's a cyborg, I hope his insurance is paid off. You know all the rules of football, Kev?
Huh? Well, enough to watch it at least. Why?
Just curious. I can never keep track of everything going on, all those rules.
It's not that complicated, Raiden. You never watched it? Actually, you ever watched any sport?
What can I say? I'm a man of culture, Kev. Give me a good movie over some dumb game any day.
Culture? Oh, the sensitive artsy cyborg type, right?
Right. Anyway, basketball's more my speed. Get the ball, put it in the net, 2 points.
Oh, yeah, because that's all there is to basketball. I swear, you crack me up sometimes, man.
So there's one thing I still don't get. If World Marshal's making it look like Desperado hacked their cyborgs, wouldn't that damage their reputation? Maybe they can hide the fact that they're involved in terrorism that way, but wouldn't they still be liable for the fact that they, you know, got hacked?
They probably would, yeah. But the only thing they're looking for here is a profit. maybe they need to demonstrate neglect if they're gonna make any money off of this.
How so?
Well, Kevin dug up some intel. Half of the contractors stationed here didn't get their contracts renewed at the end of March. The US government rewrote their contract with Marshall earlier. Had to cut military spending after all, with the recession going on.
And so they'll say the contractors were spread too thin to prevent the hacking.
Exactly. And that'll only encourage the Army to boost their Marshall headcount. I can't say if the military's directly involved in this assassination attempt or not, but...
Well, what happened to the contractors they laid off?
who knows? Hopefully they found work. But work like that isn't exactly easy to come by. Ever since the war economy died down, after the Patriots, life's been pretty much hand-to-mouth for a lot of contractors.
Huh. When you put it that way, I can almost understand what Sundowner was saying.
Yeah, but starting a war just to boost your profits? That's crazy, Courtney. If there's no work for contractors out there, it's time to find another industry to work in. Not that I have any right to say that, but...
Oh, come on, Raiden. Maybe you like to fight, sure, but you're not that... twisted.
Yeah, well, in any case, I better get to work. Raiden out.
In Pakistan already, and so quickly. Ah, science never ceases to amaze me.
When it's for peaceful purposes, you mean?
Well, yes, of course. Of course. I must say, though, the engineer behind that RLV craft looked rather young to me.
Yeah, a gifted kid, you might say.
I would love a chance to meet her sometime.
Why? What would you say to her?
Oh, I don't know. It's always just such a stimulating experience. Speaking with scientists from fields other than mine, that is. It often leads to all sorts of new insights, new ideas to work with. And speaking of that, I have yet to meet Dr. Emmerich, too.
I doubt you two would get along, actually.
Oh, you think so?
Anyway, how are the brains doing?
Oh, just fine. Safe and sound in Mexico. Now I just have to get them loaded and en route to Germany. Of course, the real challenge will come after that, I suppose.
Yeah. We'll get there when we get there.
Indeed. Indeed. Do be careful in the meantime.
Hey, Wolf. What did you and Sam talk about before we fought?
Nothing of note. He was not one to reveal himself to others.
All right. You don't have to tell me.
Raiden, I do not feel good about this. Do not allow yourself to be caught off guard.
Duly noted.
How was the ride?
Hey, Sonny. Fine, thanks. Though I wouldn't call it the smoothest ride ever. You sure that thing's really airworthy?
Well, what do you expect? You're traveling at a few dozen times the speed of sound. I mean, she operates well within all the projected margins of safety, so yes. We'll have to work on the turbulence levels a bit before we can take tourists on it. But come on, you really can't complain.
So, it's meant mainly for cargo at the moment?
We got a contract with COTS, NASA's Commercial Orbital Transportation Services. Mostly handling space deliveries, that kind of thing. We also joined the C3PO, the Commercial Crew and Cargo Program Office's passenger transport program.
So soon we'll have private spacecraft bringing crew to the International Space Station. Wild times we're living in.
Well, the space race has been over for decades now. It's no longer something countries engage in for vanity's sake. Still, lots of people are starting to see the industrial value of zero-gravity experiments. Plus, the costs are getting lower and lower with each passing year, to the point where we'll have a serious space tourism industry before long.
Yeah, I heard about the space hotel the Russians opened up. But we're still not going any further than orbit, right?
Well, one company's planning to have a lunar landing craft complete by 2020. Not ours, though. I'm just hoping we can get to Jupiter while Hal's still alive.
Jupiter, huh? Wow, that's pretty far.
Oh, hey! How did Earth look from up there?
I can't even put it into words. I know I was still under the Kármán line, but it looked exactly like every satellite photo of Earth I've ever seen. No borders, no nothing. Just a whole lot of blue. Hopefully next time around I can take my time and enjoy it.
Yeah.
But first things first, you know?
Yep. Well, good luck, Jack. Raiden.
You designed that thing too, Sonny?
Nobody designed her.
Nobody?
Yep. She pretty much evolved by herself.
I think I may be missing something here.
We used a genetic algorithm to make it. Ever hear of that? They use it to build the cars for bullet trains and stuff. Basically, we start by creating a few different models of aircraft. The data for each design is treated as the genes for a new aircraft. They all get crossbred with each other in virtual space. Eventually, you come up with offspring that exhibit genes from each original design.
Offspring?
You know, children. Each child then competes with the others for survival in the virtual space. The kids that have the best aerodynamic traits survive and pass on their genes, creating the next generation of aircraft. You get this sort of gene-based evolution across generations, like animals in real life.
I'm having a hard time imagining aircraft having kids like that. Anyway, what's with the two wings on the top and the bottom?
Oh yeah, the swept wings? They're set up so that the sonic booms they create wind up bashing against each other, cutting down on shockwaves. The idea has been hard to implement due to issues with elevation and wingtip treatment, but thanks to the genetic algorithm, the RLV worked out all the problems herself.
Herself, huh? Makes it sound like you're more breeder than designer. So what happened with the RLV after it dropped me off?
Running on autopilot, she'll circumnavigate the Earth and head back.
Wow, a trip around the world, huh?
That's the sort of distance you need to reach orbital velocity. She had to lower her altitude pretty drastically to drop the landing craft. So getting back up for her was a pretty rough trip.
Rough? How?
In terms of damage to the craft, I mean. Running in ramjet mode helps conserve fuel a lot, so she's good there, but yeah.
Sorry about that.
Oh, no. All in the name of peace, right? Besides, it made for a good load experiment. I'm kind of surprised it actually worked, actually.
What?
Oh, I'm just teasing. Don't be so serious.
So what kind of engine is this LACE thing?
It's short for Liquid Air Cycle Engine. A LACE uses liquid hydrogen to chill and liquefy the oxygen in the air. The reaction between the liquefied hydrogen and oxygen creates propulsion. On this RLV, the LACE is combined with ramjets for maximum efficiency. Once the solid rocket boosters lift her off and bring her to Mach 3, she switches to ramjet propulsion mode. In the meantime, she's taking in and liquefying oxygen from the air. Once there's enough, the LACE is ignited. If it wasn't for that hybrid engine, it would have been pretty rough for an RLV to pull that trick that it did. You know, lowering its elevation just long enough to drop a landing craft.
Well, I'm impressed. If it wasn't for you, I'd still be on your side of the world.
And I wouldn't even be here if not for you. Don't forget that, okay? A lot of people appreciate what you've done for them.
I'll try not to. You see that? Their EXIF codes show up as unaffiliated.
Wait, Marshall has the security contract for this base. Why would they have their cyborg set to the same illegal EXIF code as Desperado? It's evidence against them.
No, it's their alibi. They're making it look like Desperado hacked their soldiers on sight, because everyone knows Desperado has a contract with...
The Pakistani rebels. Oh, But if we go public with the Desperado-Marshall connection...
Won't matter. Not when they've got this nice big foreign threat all cooked up and ready to serve. The media and the public won't be able to resist. Remember WMDs in Iraq?
Damn it, you're right. It's another slam dunk. What about any humans on the base? Marshall only handled security.
Dead, most likely. Or brain-jacked, if they needed them to keep up appearances.
They'd never publicize what airport the president was flying into, not in this region. And almost no one would have access to an outside line for security reasons. It wouldn't be difficult to keep things hush-hush. At least until Air Force One arrives.
I'm heading for the control tower. If I can destroy the antenna array, the US military will know something's wrong.
Good idea. Be careful.
Sam's gone, and I blew the winds of destruction away. I'll be fine.
Raiden, what is the status at the base?
Overrun with Desperado cyborgs, as expected. Security's still pretty lax, though.
Yes, I don't think they're anticipating another cyborg to show up. They are, after all the way out in Pakistan. Doubtful there will be any cyborgs here, except at the base. Forces hired by the US. And more doubtful they are expecting a cyborg to drop in at Mach 23.
Yeah. Still, they've got to know I'm here. Sam was smart enough to figure out that I'd take that launch vehicle.
Yes, but they couldn't have sent backup to this base within 3 hours after Sundowner died. Perhaps they could have arranged it so the plane was scrapped if Sam died. But if they already occupied the base, then there is no longer any canceling out.
Probably not. Which means we've pretty much already won. Sam's dead. The winds of destruction, too. And none of their standard cyborgs or UGs have a chance against me.
No, certainly not. Though I wonder who is behind this operation anyway.
Not Armstrong?
Well, yes, but who is running things at the base? The Senator would never be there himself. But this is too elaborate an operation to direct remotely.
Yeah. No amount of network tech could take the place of a command structure on the ground. Gotta be someone else from World Marshal, I guess.
A cyborg, perhaps. One with specialized compact body, like Sundowner and the others. I do not mean to alarm you, but use caution.
Yeah. Copy that.
Raiden, there is no time to worry about the soldiers. Get to the control tower.
So, Raiden, let me get this straight. Armstrong wants to kill the president and pin the blame on Desperado?
That's what it looks like, yeah.
You think it'll work? I mean, assuming he succeeded, what would be Desperado's motive for killing Hamilton? It's not like they can come out and say, well, we just wanted more wars to profit from.
No. The only alibi I can think of for them is that their client set them up. The Pakistani government's on friendly terms with the US right now. But a lot of people aren't so happy with them about that. There are tons of anti-government groups in this country. Any one of them could have an interest in killing the president.
And Marshall wants people to think that one of these groups hired Desperado?
That. Or maybe they're setting it up so this is all linked to the coup in Abkhazia. That was headline news in the West. Desperado's name was in the media all over the place.
Yeah. The angle was always Desperado's shacking up with yet another anti-government force.
Pakistan's got a lot more than just a bunch of random anti-government forces, though. Like the ISI, the Intelligence Bureau. Anyone who watches the news knows how shaky their ties are with the civilian government.
You think they'll have the ISI be Desperado's client?
Well, I'm sure the ISI would deny it. But it's not like simply issuing a denial would stop anything. Remember Iraq?
Yeah, I've heard all the rumors about the ISI's involvement with terror groups.
If Hamilton dies, the US can join the Pakistani government, declare war against the ISI. And there's one big difference between Iraq and Pakistan. Pakistan does have WMDs. Nukes.
But that was just a couple of tests 20 or so years ago. They can't reach the US with...
I'm not talking about firing an ICBM at the US, or unleashing a Metal Gear. All they have to do is remind us that the tech could fall into terrorist hands.
Oh, yeah. That'd be enough to scare the entire country, I guess.
Yep. Scare him enough that the US would have to do something.
And then the war economy would come humming right back to life. No patriots required.
Christ. All right. I better move. I don't think I've asked about Pakistani food yet, Courtney.
More food talk? Didn't know you were so interested, Raiden.
Hey, knowing the food can help you learn a lot about the local culture, you know.
Raiden, I told you that.
So? Pakistani food.
Yeah. All right. So Pakistan's had cultural links with India for centuries, right? They're neighbors, after all. And as a result, the two countries share a lot of culinary traditions. You've got your curries, your naan, samosas, pakoras. For the most part, that's all the same. The locals might be able to spot the difference. But a lot of American restaurants put India and Pakistan pretty much in the same bowl, so to speak.
What are samosas?
Spiced potatoes and other yummy stuff, fried in a flour shell. Sometimes they're spiced with curry. That's the kind I like best.
But I thought India and Pakistan didn't really get along. They had at least 3 armed clashes in the 20th century alone.
They did. I mean, that's why they have nukes in the subcontinent now. It's a shame. You see how similar their taste in food is. It just seems like they should get along better.
Yeah, well, not too rare for neighboring countries to have problems. If nothing else, they have to compete for the same common resources.
Yeah, but isn't that why we have politicians? To peacefully manage that kind of stuff?
You know how few politicians out there actually give a crap about serving their country? Anyway, sorry. This isn't exactly the light conversation I was expecting. Better worry about the president for now. We can go and grab samosas another time.
Sure. But don't forget about the Nepales, fertilized duck eggs, and Guyanese seafood, too. We'll wash it all down with sake and Abkhazian wine. It's gonna be a killer spread.
Yeah, sure thing. How's it look inside the base?
Firmly in cyborg hands. All human soldiers are either dead or have been brain-jacked.
What are they doing in there?
Patrolling for intruders. In other words, you.
I bet they're nervous. Probably weren't expecting me to be here.
Let us hope so. I doubt they wish to create a large commotion at this point in time. Should things seem awry from the air or the ATC tower goes offline, Air Force One will most likely opt to land elsewhere.
Well then, what do you say we make a large commotion? I'll fight my way to the tower.
Roger. Continuing with reconnaissance.
Hey, so how's Otacon? About time he starts thinking about marriage, isn't it?
I don't know if he is or not, but either way, no dice yet. He likes to go on about how nobody would ever be happy with him long term. But it doesn't seem like he has too much trouble keeping busy on Saturday nights. If you know what I mean.
Yeah, well, believe it or not, he was a huge geek back when he was younger.
Maybe, but even so, he's still a nice guy. I doubt he was ever that lonely.
Yeah, I suppose. But he really changed once he got into his 30s. Got a lot more attractive.
Yeah, but he still has this really bad habit of keeping the ladies at arm's length. It winds up making him look really awkward sometimes. I really wish he'd just pick someone and settle down already.
Easier said than done, I guess. So what about you, Sonny?
Me? Well, I've got science. That's all the love I need.
Sounds like you've got your own problems in that department.
Hey, Raiden! You gonna keep that pup after this mission?
That... Oh, you mean Wolf?
Yeah. He's kind of a cutie.
You think so? I don't think he's really the cuddling type, Sonny. Plus, he's not exactly mine. He just keeps following me around.
Oh, yeah? Can I have him?
Oh, I don't mind. But I don't know about him. He's kind of his own, animal. I check with him first. It's his call, not mine.
Oh. Oh, well.
He'd probably say yes, though. I mean, he seems to like you a hell of a lot more than me.
Really? Oh, I sure hope so. Thanks a lot, Raiden.
Wouldn't even shake for me.
Raiden, I heard Armstrong's using the name Operation Tecumseh for the assassination attempt. It makes sense.
What do you mean?
Tecumseh was a Native American tribal leader, a symbol of resistance against the new settlers.
Guess you know your US history better than me.
This is basic stuff, Raiden. As legend has it, Tecumseh put a curse on the US presidency. Every 20 years, whoever is elected president was doomed to die before he served out his term. And it played out that way too. From 1840 to 1960, that's exactly what happened.
Ah, a fitting code name then.
Yep. It hasn't worked since 1980, though.
Ran its course, huh? Didn't last as long as the Bald Harry rule in Russia, at least. Besides, Hamilton wasn't elected in the right year for it to take effect, right? Wouldn't Armstrong be the one elected in 2020 if this works?
Well, I'm sure the name is meant to be a bit tongue-in-cheek. Not like how the US Army names their ops.
Still, pretty bad karma.
Just be careful, Raiden. Hey, Raiden. There's something I've been meaning to mention.
What's up?
Well, they're telling me someone broke our front gate at the plant.
Oh.
That's an electronic lock, you know.
Yeah, I thought it was open.
It wasn't. But you're strong enough to pry it open if you wanted to.
Well, I didn't think I put that much force into it. You ask me, I think you need a sturdier gate.
That's what I told security. Anyway, we'll send you an invoice for the reinforcement work. Not to mention the repair costs.
Oh, come on, Sonny, it was an accident. Man, Rose is gonna kill me.
Raiden, there is no time to worry about the soldiers. Get to the control tower.
Raiden.
Raiden, there is no time to worry about the soldiers.
So the president's visit...
Right. They now...
I know.
Yeah, he won't...
And how... So, what about...
They have
people...
depend
No, what...
In Pakistan already?
When it...
Yeah.
What?
Oh, it ends...
Anyway...
Oh, now, of course.
Yeah.
And it...
Sonny, I've lost contact with Wolf.
You... really? Oh, I hope he didn't run off because he didn't want to live with me.
I don't think it's that. I've got some things to take care of first, but I'll look for him when I have some time.
All right. Thanks, Raiden.
Wolf. Where are they?
Well, if it isn't Saucy Jack. Just a little too late, as usual.
Armstrong. Impressive little toy you've got there. But your plan ends here.
Idiot! You're not ending our plan. You're expanding it. Check the internet lately.
Raiden, Air Force One is turning back to the States.
What? How'd they know?
Someone posted photos of what's happening on the base. The whole world is up in arms.
Show me. How did they? The story leaked early. Then Marshall's plan is ruined.
The hell it is. Look what they're saying. The story just went live, and already they're calling for blood.
But the president was saved.
And yet American blood was spilled.
By Americans. Besides, a few dozen soldiers is tragic, but nothing to start a major war over.
That's just the spark, son. The excuse we've been waiting for. America's wanted this war for years. The Patriots, they knew war was good for the economy. 4 years later, their legacy lingers on.
The memes.
They left us their great isms. Nationalism, unilateralism, materialism. Welcome maxims for those with no faith, without guiding principles of their own. Give yourself up to the whole. No need to better yourself. You're American. You're number one. Then the only value left is dollar value. The economy. So we'll do whatever it takes to keep it humming along. Even war. Especially war.
Bullshit!
The Patriots planted the seed. We don't need them around to filter and foster their memes any longer. We're spreading them just fine ourselves. Every American man, woman, and child. We're all sons of a patriots now! We just need something to jumpstart the economy out of this funk. This recession it's been stuck in since the fall of SOP.
And the military costs? Wasting billions is going to help the economy?
DMCs, arms manufacturers, job creators, Jack. All those workers spending money, paying taxes. Trust me, a little war can work wonders.
So grease the gears with some innocent blood, is that it?
Oh, relax, Jack. It's a war on terror. We're not out to kill civilians. Extremists, lawless gangs, madmen. Of course, that would have to include you. Wouldn't want any eyewitness reports complicating the message.
Raiden, that tank is from AT Corp. Codename... It's not nuclear equipped, but Metal Gear is still in the product name.
Fancy. That's just a PR thing then, huh?
Perhaps. The term was coined because they were meant to serve as gears. Gears linking infantry with weaponry, duh?
I guess Ray didn't have any nukes either.
Duh. It will be useless as a tactical weapon with that sort of equipment. Once we entered the era of asymmetrical warfare, after the Cold War, the idea of a deterrent force fell out of fashion.
Right, because people preferred weapons that could actually be used to kill people.
Yes, I would guess they call it Metal Gear to separate it from smaller Walker-type UGs. Excelsus means high or lofty. It is also the species name of Apatosaurus, the dinosaur.
Apatosaurus? That used to be Brontosaurus, right? It's definitely big enough. But why do they have one? I'm sure they can afford it, but I thought the whole point of Tecumseh was to shift the blame away from World Marshal.
It is smokescreen, I think. Part of this op must be to disguise the source of their funding. I know Desperado makes good money, but this is not a thing thugs like that could purchase. I think the purpose is to make this incident seem bigger and more elaborate than it really is. With this, it appears like more than a simple Pakistani border group supporting Desperado. It suggests that ISI is involved, or maybe terrorists from an OPEC nation. It will lead to war, a world war, one with two very distinct sides for a change.
Christ, and that asshole Armstrong calls it a war on terror.
If the Western nations begin chasing down terrorists, they will respond in kind, just as before. And before long, Western civilians will once again become targets. Can you stop it, Raiden?
Don't know, but I gotta try. Boris, who leaked those photos to the internet?
I don't know. It may have been under Armstrong's orders.
So he never intended to kill Hamilton at all? That's kind of hard to believe.
That, or there was change of plans after you killed Sam. Air Force One was not going to land at the base if you were there making mayhem. Perhaps they predicted that after Sam. So they decided to act first. Leaking the data and taking you on with full force. It is possible, at least.
Course-correcting the entire plan just for me? What an honor.
It is just a theory. But either way, you cannot allow plan to succeed.
Copy. Either way, I need to take this thing down.
Start by damaging the legs. Just do not get stepped on. Not even you would survive such an impact. You must keep on guard, Raiden.
Raiden, you okay?
Yeah. Just wasn't expecting that, that's all. They didn't need to kill Hamilton at all for Tecumseh to work. Fabricating an assassination attempt was all they really needed to do.
Yeah, I should have guessed considering the political climate in the US. Ever since the Occupy movement, Wall Street's been manipulating the media. You know, scapegoating foreign interests in order to divert the public's attention.
Which played a part in the Patriot memes, just like he was saying.
Probably. If being an American's the only thing you've got to be proud of, it's easy to just start blaming non-Americans for all the problems you have to deal with.
And it's not just a US thing either. You've seen how anti-immigration all the first world nations are these days. The whole "they took our jobs" bit, it's an easy story to swallow.
The Patriots spreading their memes worldwide. That's how Armstrong had probably put it. And, just like he said, materialism runs rampant among the financial elite. They see exploiting the poor as a sign of their success. They entered businesses that accomplish nothing for anyone besides themselves. I mean, it's a fact that manufacturing jobs have been drained from first world countries, immigration or not. That's not the immigrants' fault. It's the fault of the bankers and the financiers. The folks who pressed for globalization so they could pad their quarterly figures.
Yeah, pretty obvious if you take a sec to think about it.
That's harder than you think, you know. Getting an objective picture of what's really going on? Hell of a lot easier to passively accept other people's opinions and standards. Still, the memes that get spread around can be good and bad in equal measures. It's our job to pick the good ones and spread those around a little more.
Sure is. But before that...
Yeah. Think you can stop him?
No matter what.
You gotta stop that thing, Raiden. If Armstrong becomes president, he's gonna make the US, hell, the whole world, a living nightmare.
You hear that speech? Hell of a politician.
Yeah, it's scary.
He's calling this an anti-terror war, saying he's not gonna harm any civilians.
Despite the fact that tons have been killed already in so-called wars on terror. Besides, the terror here is all fake.
Yeah.
I know it's not exactly unheard of for groups in Pakistan to terrorize the government, but, I mean, this is so ridiculous. Going on this noble quest to shoot down terrorists and restore faith in America?
What he said, though, it works.
What do you mean?
You saw the footage. Hamilton's fine, and still everyone's calling for blood. The people have spoken. They want war. And Armstrong's doing it all for the money. And for his polling numbers. Bastard will do whatever it takes to get the public on his side. I kill him, and I don't know. Then what? What's it gonna change? If the world's gonna do its own thing, either way, what's the...
Raiden, get a hold of yourself. Just because people want war, that makes it okay to start one purely for profit? For some twisted sense of pride?
No.
And let's not forget, he's trying to kill you. Look, just... How about I save your data while you get your head together? Right. Save complete. I know I can't do much more than that, Raiden. But just try to get back alive, okay?
Guess you were right, Courtney. Only choice I have here is to stop him.
Good luck. Want to save your data first? Come back safe, okay?
My. A Metal Gear Excelsis.
I know I've heard that name before.
Indeed. It made the news several times during development. A lot of people thought they'd have a hard time finding a buyer.
It's enormous.
One of the first large-scale, multi-legged tanks AT Corp has made in some time. UGs have grown smaller and smaller, but this is certainly a 180-degree change of direction.
So why do it?
The advance of artificial musculature is one reason miniaturization has grown so rapidly. But another is the shift from nuclear deterrence to asymmetrical warfare. Deploying such a large unit for guerrilla or urban warfare would be overkill. The collateral damage alone would be stupendous. Once cyborg tech began to advance, though, small-scale UGs were no longer so effective. Against an adversary of the same size, a cyborg with human-level decision-making skills, well, it will always have the advantage. So, as the theory goes, why not make UGs giant again? Overwhelm the cyborg with sheer firepower. That was the idea that led to Excelsis.
Like you said, overkill. But it's still no good in urban combat, right?
Correct. Assuming you weren't intending to raise the urban area in the process anyway.
What do you mean?
Well, a Gecko-class UG is too large for many parts of city areas, but also too small to simply trample any buildings and such standing in its way. But this magnificent beast, it could smash whole houses without even breaking stride.
And what? It's just sorry, but fuck you, civilians? I mean, even if they were just knocking down houses, the media'd have a field day.
I sincerely doubt they care. If a US soldier dies in combat, it's nationwide front-page news. If civilians in wherever Stan are killed in an airstrike, nobody gives a second thought. But you know, they talk about the deterrent effect of this UG, about it striking fear in people's hearts. If there is a UG airstrike, you don't have any time to flee. But if this behemoth was lumbering your way...
You'd run. Anyone would. Except trained guerrillas.
Precisely. Thus, the UG would only be fighting against actual combatants. With a manned ground unit like that, there's a lesser chance of erroneous strikes. Plus, the legs make navigating rugged terrain a veritable walk in the park. And it would take much more than a rocket launcher to take it down. The crew couldn't be safer.
Is there really that much demand, though?
Ah, that is the question, yes. Of course, we would seem to have our answer now. If things go the way Armstrong wants them to, before too long, we could see whole herds of Excelsior trampling across Pakistan's Sparta. Multi-leg Metal Gears are quite a difficult battle. The legs give it a wider defense range, you know. So first, destroy the armor on the legs. Then, cut them off once the legs are exposed. Needless to say, getting stomped on will be extremely painful. Beware the legs and front arms.
Raiden! Are you okay? That's a pretty crazy Metal Gear.
Kind of a far cry from your Mark II and III, huh, Sonny?
In the end, nothing ever changes. Science always ends up being used for war.
No, it's like any weapon. It's only a tool. It's all up to who wields it. Not everyone has their own selfish agenda. Some people like you are making a difference for the better.
If only I could believe that.
Cheer up, Sonny. You have the power to bring hope to a lot of people.
Yeah, you're right.
Slippery little bastard. I don't have time for this.
Oh, you've got to be kidding me.
Let's go!
The hell are you thinking?
Played college ball, you know.
That's some cushy Ivy League school.
Try University of Texas. Could have gone pro if I hadn't joined the Navy. I'm not one of those beltway pansies. I could break the president in two with my bare hands. Don't fuck with this, Senator.
What the hell are you?
Why don't you stick around and find out? Match a man I can't be.
Stop! But he is just politician.
Doesn't seem that way, does it? This is bad.
I cannot get a read on his fighting skills. Be careful. Wait for him to make a move. Stop! But he
Doesn't-
Damn! What the hell is that guy on? He sent you flying with one punch. There's no way he's 100% human.
If you've got any more intel on him, Kev, now'd be a good time to share it.
The only stuff in his file even slightly related is his background in college football and the Navy. Nothing here to suggest any kind of cyborg augmentation. But his body has to have been modified somehow.
That much I guessed.
Damn! He said
If you-
nothing but his
That much.
Raiden, are you all right?
Yeah, a little shaken up, but I'm okay. This is not going to be easy.
Raiden, you've got to make it back, okay? Promise me.
Sure, Courtney. But for now,
You got it. You're good to go.
thanks. Later.
That strength is simply astounding. He is at least your match, if not more. You appear to have a speed advantage, but even a single blow from him could prove fatal.
What the hell is he, Doc? Cyborg?
I cannot say. I assume it would be impossible for a politician to conceal enhancements from the public. And as far as I can see from here, he does not appear to be a cyborg.
So, what then?
Some kind of new technology, perhaps? It is certainly nothing I am familiar with. Patriot censorship is gone, but I'm still not privy to everything. Classified DARPA research, for example. In any case, against such force, I should think that parrying is the best you can hope for. However, this could make counterattacking even more difficult. For now, all you can do is fend him off. Do not venture too close. Watch for him to act.
Damn it.
That strength is your...
What?
And
So-
in that for now...
Damn it.
Are you all right, Raiden?
More or less. What is with this guy?
I don't know. I mean, he's a senator, right? I could understand if he was piloting Metal Gear, but a normal human being able to send you flying like that? It's inconceivable.
Yeah. Unless that body's more than human. Whew. I don't like this one bit.
If I knew it was gonna be like this, I would have never helped you get to Pakistan.
Don't worry. Just means this will be a little more of a workout. I'll be back soon, with souvenirs.
Raiden.
Child's play. You're going down. What? Nice.
Typical politician. Big promises, but all talk.
What?
Jumpstart the economy. What a load of bullshit! All you care about is lining your own pockets. That and your approval ratings. You've got no principles. Just like all the rest. If America's gone to shit, you're just another maggot crawling in the pile.
All right, the truth then. You're right about one thing. I do need capital and votes. Wanna know why? I have a dream.
What?
That one day, every person in this nation will control their own destiny. A land of the truly free, damn it! A nation of action, not words, ruled by strength, not committee! Where the law changes to suit the individual, not the other way around! Where power and justice are back where they belong! In the hands of the people! Where every man is free to think, to act for himself! Fuck all these lipstick lawyers and chicken shit bureaucrats! Fuck this 24/7 internet spew of trivia and celebrity bullshit! Fuck American pride! Fuck the media! Fuck all of it! America's diseased, rotten to the core. There's no saving it. We need to pull it out by the roots. Wipe the slate clean. Burn it down! And from the ashes, a new America will be born! Evolved, but unchained! The weak will be purged. And the strongest will thrive. Free to live as they see fit. They'll make America great again!
What the hell are you talking about?
You still don't get it. I'm using war as a business to get elected! So I can end war as a business. In my new America, people will die and kill for what they believe! Not for money, not for oil! Not for what they're told is right. Every man will be free to fight his own wars! So, what do you think?
How the hell did you get elected?
Well, I don't write my own speeches. You should try fighting for what you believe in sometime, Jack. Not for a company or a nation or for anyone else.
Maybe I was wrong about you.
Am I finally getting through? I'll rid this world of pointless wars, Jack.
I was wrong. You're not greedy. You're batshit insane!
Making the mother of all omelets here, Jack. Can't fret over every egg.
Not when you're purging the weak, right? What do you know about the weak? You weren't born poor. You've never been hungry. You don't know what it's like to fight, and steal, and kill just to survive.
But you did survive! Through sheer force of will, following your own set of rules. With your own two hands, you took back your life!
And now, I'll take yours.
He broke a high-frequency blade with bare hands?
Ugh. Guns, swords, fists, doesn't matter. If he wants a fight, I'll give him a fight.
Raiden! Yes, you are right. It is him or you now.
Raiden, you there? Look, don't listen to him, okay? He's nuts!
Yeah, maybe. Either way, I know what I have to do.
Raiden!
What's up, Courtney? You sound nervous.
Well, I am. He's completely out of his mind. And he seems unstoppable.
Maybe. No point trying to talk it out anyway. I beat him, or he beats me.
Yeah, I guess. Just try to keep your cool, okay? You want to save? All set. Be careful.
He broke an HF blade with his bare hands. I was barely scratching him anyway. Whenever my blade landed, it was like hitting a cyborg. What the hell's going on here, Doc?
Difficult to say for certain. Claytronics, perhaps?
Claytronics?
Yes, clay, like molding clay. Picture a great number of nanomachines formed into a block. These nanomachines are capable of changing position relative to the others on command. They move how they are instructed, and so the block can take on any number of forms. Imagine clay which you do not alter with your hands. You simply think of a shape and it becomes that.
What's the connection, Doc?
Well, what if you built a human form out of this clay? A form that can freely bend its arms and legs however it pleases. In other words, a completely free-moving nanomachine body.
That's impossible.
Not impossible, just extremely difficult. I thought it was only theoretical before now. Nanotechnology is not a specialty of mine, but it would follow with the right implementation. A user could adjust the binding force of the nanomachines to armor himself against damage.
Okay, let's say that's it. How do I beat him?
Well, he can't possibly be directing every individual nanomachine with his brain. There must be some kind of core unit at the heart of the system controlling them all. Destroy that, and the entire system should go offline.
So Zandatsu is hard? Makes sense if I had a sword.
Now I am sure of it. His body cannot be entirely natural. Destroying a high-frequency blade with your bare hands defies every core tenet of modern physics.
Well, whatever the hell he is, he won't be it for long.
Calm down, Raiden. You won't stand a chance against this guy if you lose your cool.
I'm fine, Sonny. But I won't let him get away with this.
Be careful, Raiden.
Why won't you die?
Nanomachines, son! They harden in response to physical trauma. You can't hurt me, Jack! What did I just say? Time to end this. You piece of shit! All right. I think we're about done here.
Raiden.
Whoa.
Begin playback.
2 years I've been working towards this.
And on the last day, Blondie has me downing the whole thing. We'll leave it up to fate then, shall we, Wolfie? A duel to the death. May the best man win.
Sam.
I cut him down, and that's that. Back to a regularly scheduled international incident. But if he beats me, if I die here, the lock on my blade will disable after a couple hours. What happens after that is up to you, Wolfie.
Ha! Even dead, that guy's a pain in my ass. So... you think that little sword can save your master? Well, go ahead then. But make no mistake, Fido. When I'm finished with him, you're next.
I was not designed to fear termination.
Huh?
However, Directive 01 is to ensure all data acquired is preserved and passed along. To expire here would violate that directive.
That's a good boy.
However, Raiden came to my aid. I have learned from him. When Samuel fell, data analysis was inconclusive. But that has changed. I have established new parameters now, created my own directives.
You little fuck. Damn much!
I said my sword was a tool of justice. Not used in anger. Not used for vengeance. But now I'm not so sure. And besides, this isn't my sword.
Come on!
Okay. Let's dance.
Reinforced anti-shock nanomachines? This man is unbelievable. But perhaps you can hurt him with that blade.
That Sam really was a piece of work.
Cut him, Raiden. It's the only option.
Raiden, there's no other way. I understand that now. You've got to stop him. You've got to kill him. You have to, Raiden. You have to kill him. Come back safe, okay?
Very interesting. Perhaps with that sword you could land a blow or two. Running high-frequency waves through a blade serves to enhance its cutting power. But it cannot completely alter the weapon's original properties, you know. In other words, the higher the original quality of a sword, the more formidable an HF blade it makes.
Raiden. Kill him.
Raiden! Are you alright? Why does this kind of thing always happen to you? You've been a victim of war ever since you were a kid. It's not right.
Not just me, Sonny. It's you too. Millions of victims all over the world. It's easy to blame it all on guys like Armstrong. But it's more than that. It's everyone's fault. Anyone who goes through life blindly following others, following orders, never questioning what they're told, that's gotta change. I'm not sure how, but killing this guy seems like a good first step. We rescued America from the Patriots. I won't let Armstrong make it a wasteland.
Raiden!
Come on, Sonny. Don't worry. Let me see a smile.
Well done, Jack.
Your dream dies with you.
Oh, maybe not. You've guaranteed the status quo will go on. For a while longer, at least. War will continue as an institution, as an industry. Men will fight for reasons they don't understand. Causes they don't believe in. But at least I'll leave a worthy successor. You, Jack. You carve your own path. Use whatever methods you see fit. You don't let legal bullshit get in the way. And if it costs a few lives, so be it. Deep inside, we're kindred spirits. You and I.
Official pet right for your family? But first, our top story. President Hamilton returns from Pakistan today, completing his first visit to the country since the failed assassination attempt in Shahbazbad last May. In meetings with Pakistani President Farooq Salam, the two leaders agreed to a new joint initiative in the war on terror, whereby U.S. Marines will be stationed in Pakistan and given wider authority to conduct operations within the country. This is amidst growing tensions within Pakistan between the country's civil and military leadership, with many in the government calling on the ISI military intelligence agency to be investigated.
Unbelievable. After all that.
For the last time, let it go, Courtney. At least Armstrong will never be president.
But, I mean, Raiden.
It's not known whether that number would include private military contractors, which the Hamilton administration has made clear will play a significant role.
There he is.
I have excellent news. We are approved. The new corporation is established.
Nice work, Doc. I guess the world's first cyborg staffing firm is officially open for business.
We are certified for construction and long-term nursing care, but this is just the beginning. The potential for new roles cyborgs can play is limitless.
And we're sure this isn't child labor?
The older children can work now, the rest when they come of age. And it's strictly voluntary, you know.
We're not running a charity here, huh? Donations alone would not even cover their maintenance.
Besides, this way they'll learn a trade. Perhaps some discipline, huh?
It's not a perfect solution. But you know what? At least these kids will get a decent education.
Well, I'm not about to return them to the streets, or to broken homes. At least we can give them a chance, huh? Oh, oops.
An imperfect solution for an imperfect world.
Well, another benefit. A peaceful application for all my research.
Since when do you care?
Well, recent events have been food for thought, shall we say?
No kidding.
Speaking of recent events, how's our new recruit working out?
Ah, yes, quite well. Quite well.
Oi! Sonny! Where you have this then?
Hang on. Just give me 1 second.
Yeah, okay. You make me head spin, you know? You same age as me, but all this spaceship, you're genius, girl.
Mm-hmm.
And you're hot for days.
Huh? Where did that come from?
Alert! Alert! Rescinding.
This is about a crazy world, nah? For me see that ninja, me never think I've been this kind of life.
Yeah.
Huh?
He rescued me too, you know. Saved my life. I owe him everything. To some people, he'll always be Jack the Ripper. I know all about his past. He had it rough. And he hurt a lot of people. But that's not the Raiden I know. The Raiden I know is a hero.
Looking down on the cars on the highway, the stream of taillights, everybody advancing together, do so willingly sacrifice rights. When people accept their cogs in the system, give up free will conform, individual pieces that swirl together and become a force storm. Looking down on the virgin insane, the skyscrapers rise, even men with the greatest intentions stop believing their own lives. We can borrow from the future, but eventually someone's got to pay. The only way out of the cycle struggling with the truth of the life that might have been. But no matter how jagged your path is, you'll always come back to the road. When the dust of the battle settles, the war still rages within.
How's business?
Oh, good, good. Herr Doctor's research and staffing service certainly help.
I hear World Marshal's looking for a buyer.
Well, you cost them a lot of money, no? Not to mention killing their funding. Literally. The break-taking program is finished, but the larger company is not, I'm afraid. Someone will buy them. PMCs are in demand once again.
Yeah. Fighting for reasons they don't understand. Causes they don't believe in.
Beg pardon?
No. Nothing.
So, your mind is made? You will not come back?
Sorry, Boris.
I understand. But then, what will you do?